Let's be honest, the reason why people sign up to dating apps is because it's less effort. All you have to do is sign up, enter your details, upload a few photos, write a bio, and bam, you've got access to a pool of women, all single and ready to mingle. And you can do this from the comfort of your own home. However, if you're not very good at taking photos and you're not good at flirting over text, yes, let me repeat that, flirting over text, then you're not very likely to be successful with dating apps. Honestly, I'm convinced that dating apps were designed for the socially awkward. Because if you're meeting people in the real world, which is what you should be doing, dating apps won't even be on your radar. The very, very first thing you need to know about dating apps is that they've been designed in a very clever way that tricks your brain. And what I mean by this is when you sign up to a dating app and create your profile, you are bombarded with nothing but women dressed up to the nines. So, logically speaking, it seems like a fantastic place to meet women. But here's the thing, what the app isn't actually showing you is how many guys are on it. Prior to doing this video, I did a bit of research on the gender demographic, and what I found, quite frankly, shocked me. On Tinder, 75% of people on there identified as male. Let me repeat that, 75%. So let's put it another way. If I'm in a bar looking to pull that night and there are 3 times as many guys as there are girls, do you know what I would do? I would drink my bottle of Corona and head straight to the exit door. And what I mean by this is due to the nature of dating apps, with it being text based communication, you can't see her non-verbal responses to your text. This is all well and good when you're texting somebody that you know, but when you're texting a complete stranger, it's a nightmare. Like I said at the start of the video, flirting via text, it's just not natural at all because you can't hear the person speaking, you can't see the facial expressions, you can't see hand gestures, all of which are crucial for connecting with somebody. If you actually look at text messaging, when it was first introduced to the world, its sole purpose was short form communication. It was never designed to be having conversations with complete strangers. I was born in 1988, so I was a kid in the 90s and a teenager in the early 2000s. And back then, if you were texting somebody all the time, they would have thought you was an absolute weirdo. Yet here we are in the year 2024 using dating apps to meet people. Honestly, if you want to meet people, you're better off going to classes, going to events, and having hobbies. The truth is, when you go down the online dating route, you don't actually know what you're getting. And what I mean by this is that we now live in a time where it has become socially acceptable to alter your images and apply filters. And practically every single girl on these dating apps are applying some sort of filter. Let's say, for example purposes, you do end up meeting with a girl and she looks a certain way on her photos, but in real life, quite frankly, you're disappointed. You're thinking to yourself, well, she looks slimmer on her photos. That is filters. Contrast this though to the real world where what you see is what you get. Yes, you're going to be seeing women wearing makeup, But what you'll find is that if you meet them during the day, they're not going to be dolled up with loads of makeup on. Also worth mentioning is that a really good place to meet people is at the gym, especially the sauna. And the reason why is that you're both practically naked. Also, another benefit of meeting people out in the real world is you won't hear the words, I don't do fuck boys, I don't do one night stands. Yet women on dating apps are writing these sort of things. When women select mates, they generally screen for three things. Number one is confidence. Number two are social skills. And number three is popularity. They'll also try and ascertain whether the guy will be good in bed. If he happens to meet all of that criteria, even if he isn't considered conventionally good looking, he will still do well with women. Yet on dating apps, it is very difficult for women to screen for those things because all they have to go off is text and images, which, like I said earlier, can be altered. So not only is the app problematic for men, it's also problematic for women. What you'll find is that a lot of women go on there with good intentions. They go on there trying to find somebody, but they'll use the app and eventually just come off it because they get sick and tired of using it. Speak to many women and they will tell you this. They will tell you that they would rather meet people organically in the real world, whether this is at a bar or a nightclub, whether this is in the workplace, whether this is at an event. They would rather do it face to face in person. And the reason why is because it is easier for them to screen. One of the main selling points of dating apps is that they're supposed to save time, but this could be further from the truth because what you will find is that many guys spend more time swiping than they do actually going on dates. So, what many people do in response to this is that they start buying subscription plans within the app, all with a hope of increasing their chances of meeting somebody. However, what a lot of people fail to realize is that the app that they are using is a business. And for that business to make money, they need you on that app swiping away. Some people might even argue that it is not in that app's best interest for you to even find somebody. Because if you do, you are no longer a paying customer, which of course is bad for business.